Hello Israel, it's me, Red Planet, coming to you once again with another video. This is Fair Youth, Channel 4 News. But I want to talk about the train from St. Louis to Chicago that they lost communications with and supposedly broke down. I think they went through a portal. And this is why they lost communications with them. Maybe they could have went through a tunnel and went through a different dimension. But I really believe that they went through a portal. So let's hear what Dollar 7 got to say. Channel 4 News.
Tonight, some Amtrak riders are not too happy after a train from St. Louis to Chicago partially derailed.
This happened on Sunday, just miles from the destination. And our Cameron Bopp is hearing from the passengers who say the biggest concern was not the jolt, but the silence that followed. Cam.
Yeah, guys, Amtrak runs multiple trains between St. Louis and Chicago, including the Texas Eagle that leaves downtown every morning. Well, on Sunday, that train never made it all the way to Chicago. Passengers tell me the derailment itself felt minor, but it was a lack of information afterward that has them questioning what happens the next time something goes wrong. Video sent to First Alert 4 shows passengers climbing off an Amtrak train near Chicago onto snow-covered tracks, then standing around waiting for answers. Amtrak says about 250 people departed the downtown St. Louis Amtrak station around 8 a.m. Sunday. Around 1:30, part of the train slipped off the rails just miles outside Chicago.
No one there to help her.
Carla Euchman's daughter was on board.
She's heard stories but never experienced it, and because this is the way that she travels back
And they're not going to tell you that they actually went through a portal. But that's what happened. But they ain't going to never tell you that that's what took place. Because if they said that these 200 passengers in the Amtrak train went through a portal, then nobody's going to want to ride and go on Amtrak. They're going to choose a different route. Maybe a bus or a plane. Or even maybe drive. But they're not going to get on Amtrak. So they're not going to tell you, Israel, that that's what happened to these people. But these people know what happened. The ones that was on that train going from St. Louis to Chicago.
forth from school, she's a little bit more on edge.
Carson Pruitt was on the train as it partially derailed.
Just a light jolt. Imagine your friend pushed you on the shoulder a little bit.
Pruitt says crew members told passengers icy conditions caused some wheels to come off the tracks. Amtrak confirms this. Weather conditions, hot or cold, can affect your trip. And this isn't the first weather-related Amtrak scare in our area. Last year, emergency crews boarded a train that hit a downed tree and derailed, causing major delays. This time, it was those long delays and lack of answers that shook passengers like Cora Schroeder.
They didn't tell us what the delay was for. The conductors didn't come through. Even when I tried to get in contact with customer service, they're like, sorry, we don't have answers for you.
Passengers tell us it was hours of waiting and guessing. That's why Schroeder hopped off.
No, they're not going to tell these customers what happened because they don't want these customers to be in fear of riding a train or forever getting on a train from this point on. Just don't know. But these passengers knew what happened. They was on that train. They know more about it than we do. We can only speculate on what took place, but they know. And they're not going to tell them that there's some possibility that these people went through a portal. They're just going to say that it went off the track. No, it didn't, Israel. Didn't go off no track.
Called a cab.
We figured out how to unlock the train doors and then opened it.
Roughly 3 hours after going off the rails, Amtrak chartered buses to get remaining passengers to their destination. Does it sort of make you rethink taking Amtrak going forward?
I think if it was my first time taking Amtrak, I would definitely be a bit thrown off.
Meanwhile, Schroeder says she's rethinking.
We were all kind of left in the dark. My parents are coming up here this weekend and they're taking the train, and I'm like, I really hope nothing happens.
Some good news, no injuries were reported. Customers are expected to get a full refund. And despite the hiccup, we looked at the numbers. Ridership on Amtrak is up overall. The St. Louis to Chicago route is up 15% over last year. St. Louis to Kansas City up 5%. Still, some riders say they'd like to see better communication from Amtrak the next time something goes wrong. Corey.
Cam, thank you.
Prices all around are going up, and not But at Aaron